Now that we've gone through the 6 stages, we're going to talk about how we can develop a communication strategy and tactics for each stage of the funnel. Because we already understand that people in this funnel have different questions, they're looking for different things, they would expect a different level of engagement. And we need to, as our business grows, just develop smart, simple, easy ways that we know that we're communicating and connecting with people at each stage. So let's go through the stages again real quick. We've got strangers who turn into people who are engaged with our brand. As people engage with our brand, they become interested and they get into a buying, purchasing cycle. And they spend their first dollar, then they turn into repeat customers, and finally they're at the VIP stage. So let's talk a little bit about how we communicate, what a strategy is for people at each stage. In all of this, I would want you to be taking notes or to be coming up with your own version of this to be able to develop tactics, strategies for connecting with this audience. So for strangers, for the first folks who are unaware, a really powerful tool might be using ads on social networks to get in front of strangers who you can target, or Google ads work really well for people who are searching. To get on a billboard, go connect with a local chamber of commerce or some other industry group, door-to-door sales, cold emails, affiliate programs. All of these are good ways to think of how does somebody who 1,000,000% doesn't know that I exist, how do they end up learning that I exist? And so for the problem a lot of people have is they think posting on Facebook or posting on Instagram gets in front of strangers, and it doesn't. Only if you use really savvy hashtags or if you go viral do you really show up in front of strangers. So we need to have a better tactic than just posting on Instagram to show up in front of people who don't even know that we exist. So what is that? Next we move on to people who are engaged. They're connected with our brand. If we have a product, we might show up at pop-up shops or farmers markets. We might have an email newsletter that people jump into to get updates. We throw parties and events. We have happy hours. We write blog posts. We produce a YouTube channel. We connect with folks on social networks. All of these things, once someone is a follower or a fan but hasn't purchased yet, we can use all of these tactics to develop stronger relationships with them. For those who are interested, people who are just shopping, we can have a clear call to action in everything that we do, a clear way that they can easily understand how they jump in. Having a really great new client process or an inquiry process or something that feels very easy to move through. We might want to make sure that we highlight a lot of customer reviews and testimonials. We want to have an FAQ section on our website for the questions that people who are about to buy stuff typically ask. People who just learned about your t-shirt brand don't care about your return policy, but people who are about to buy something, they care a lot about the return policy. So it's important to have those things there for people when they're about ready to buy. Having a free trial or having some kind of a trial or a demo, having using your social networks to talk to people who are asking those questions. And email marketing. So people who are interested, are we educating them using email? How do we understand when they're about to buy something and how do we treat them differently? So those first-time customers, so they want to see some process documentation, some kind of educational piece of how to use this. How do I buy it? What do the first steps look like? What is this whole thing going to feel like? This is where we think through customer service. Is that via phone or are you training somebody to deliver your customer service? Social networks still work at this stage of the game too. We can still connect with folks and walk them through what that might be like. Email marketing still works here. Autoresponders inside of your email still work for first-time customers. Introduction, so introducing them to other people within your network or other customers is a powerful way to connect with them. And then paid ads. So again, people who have bought something, it's still effective to run ads and connect with those folks. The next stage, we go to repeat customers. How do we connect with them? Still email automation, still social media, direct email, phone call, throwing a happy hour, getting a testimonial from them, getting their feedback. And then again, paid ads still works for people here. So a lot of people like to talk, you notice at the very top of the funnel, we talked about paid ads. And so that might be you're running an ad on Instagram and you're targeting people who, it's a broader demographic targeting. But as we think through, you can take a customer database or a customer email list, upload it into Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever, and you can target people who have already bought something for you. And a lot of times those are the most effective ads. And they're the people who are most excited to see your ads and interact with your ads. And so don't feel like you need to just go targeting people who don't know you exist. You can target your already customers. And then we move into that final phase, the VIP, the top 10% of customers. And so this group of people, we would want to give really good access. So you might start using text messages to talk to people who are VIPs. You might give them early access or let them know things before everybody else. You might send emails. You might be very personal. You might put their birthday in a database and send them something on their birthday. You might use social media to connect with them, to tell their story, and there might be some kind of exclusive perks of working with you. All of it to say is whatever you use to talk to strangers, you can also use to talk to VIPs. It's just really weird if somebody is in your top 10% of customers and you're talking to them the same way you talk to people who are strangers and don't know you. It's a weird relationship. And so as we think through this, we just want to treat people naturally and normally, and we want to provide an amazing experience, a remarkable service for people at every stage of the funnel. So I'll be excited for you to jump into the comments here and talk to me about why you are choosing to engage with each stage of this funnel. What tactics are you using to connect with these people? How are you going to treat them differently? And we'll be really curious to hear how you're treating repeat and VIP folks. How are you making them feel special, letting them feel like they have some kind of access or exclusive communication or channel with you? Look forward to seeing you in the comments. Peace.